Rico,
Aroo!
welcome to the recording.
Are we clear yet?
Oh, look, what's different today? I'm
Oh,
in
we
the
got a
middle.
special
We
guest.
got a special guest. Thanks for.
Hello,
Hello, hello, Kevin.
people of the. My name is Kevin.
And what do you do, Kevin? What do you
I'm a
do?
cloud engineer for the cloud.
Noise.
Cloud, yes.
And
Undisclosed location.
Close.
undisclosed location.
Um,
You can. All our name tags are at the bottom, like usual. I forgot to sing our theme song.
Oh,
Cloud Brothers, welcome our brother from another mother, Kevin, to the show today. What did you want to talk to us about today, Kevin? I think you have an idea if you want to just take the lead.
yeah, we're going to talk about service meshes because they were really hyped around like 2017, 2018. It was around then you needed one, you had to have one. I mean, you still need them today. The hype isn't quite as big for them, but
And what does
something
this?
you need.
Okay, what does a service mesh do exactly?
Well, it abstracts out some of your networking application logic into a centralized layer. So service mesh is like not, it's a, they're a little bit fancy and abstract, but they're not doing that much. So if you've got a set of microservices,
Mm-hmm.
they will put a little um, bit of code between all your services so that when your services talk to each other, the service mesh can intercept that communication and do additional things with it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so when you
you want,
let's see.
you want to
So
go through Linkerd?
So yeah, if we go, we're going to talk about Linkerd. There's a couple other service meshes.
Linkerd. Okay.
There's a couple other service meshes. Linkerd is the one that my company uses that I have the most experience with.
Okay.
Go to the overview page. We've drilled
Uh,
to like,
on
yeah,
on the left here. Okay.
yeah.
So we're looking at overview.
So Linkerd is a service mesh for Kubernetes. It makes running services easier and safer by giving you runtime debugging, observability, reliability, and security, all without requiring any changes to your code. So that's the first thing is if you have a web application and it's not a single monolith, but you're running it in Kubernetes and it's more than one service. So you've broken your web application into 2, 3, 4, 100 pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and you have some of those services talking to other services within your Kubernetes cluster, then you can benefit from a service mesh. So
Okay.
the first problem you might have is you have a big app and you break it into application A and application B. And application A requests come in and they have to go talk to B to ask it to do something.
Mm.
And so application A will make an HTTP call over to application B. But if you, for example, deploy a new, if you roll out a new deployment of application B, the pods in the Kubernetes are going to go away and be replaced by new ones. And when you make the HTTP request, you might get a pod that's been terminated or a stale IP address. You get some bad communication. So in
Mm.
the application code, the first thing developers will do is be like, well, if I try to make my HTTP request to my other service and it fails, I'll just try again. Um, and the service mesh is going to solve some of those problems by not only automatically trying again, but keeping on top of which pods are live and ready and only directing traffic to the ones that are responding. In addition, it can load balance so that if you have a really high amount of traffic, it knows the response rate coming out of each of the different pods in the deployment, and it can say, oh, this pod over here is not very busy. I'm going to send the next request over there so that everything is happening as fast as possible. And again, all that logic can kind of be done in your application code bit by bit, but by abstracting it out into a service mesh, you don't have to write and maintain your own code, and you get some other benefits of having this whole piece of stuff in your Kubernetes.
Cool. I heard of a guy today who went to work for 5 years as a programmer, programming, because he made microservices to pretend to write code for him. He got paid $95,000 a year for 5 years, and then never programmed again because he forgot how, and everything changed. So I
But
wonder if he used one of these
Um,
services to do that. Something else.
yeah, they're relatively new service meshes. I'm going to say the last 5 years. Like they've definitely been around for longer than 5 years, but like it was around 5 years ago when people were like, okay, these things are getting a little more robust, and we're going to start using them more.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, you can do all of the problems in your application code without them, but the goal, like if you have a finely tuned service mesh, um, in theory, every HTTP request you get, you should be able to serve back and
Mm-hmm.
have like 0 errors. It's like kind of what it's helping you get towards. Um, is having all your HTTP responses fast and robust and reliable.
Yeah.
does that, sorry, does the how it works make sense? The thing that's,
Oh, well, let's. It's behind me here. Let me.
yeah, I want
Uh,
to see if it's better words than Kevin or worse words than Kevin. Because Kevin's words are usually pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah,
it made
that's
sense to
the
me.
abstract reason, but the how it works. So Linkerd is kind of a nice like way to look under the hood at a little bit of how Kubernetes works and like the life cycle of pods in
Mm-hmm.
Kubernetes.
So Linkerd, it says Linkerd works by installing a set of ultralight transparent proxies next to each service instance. These proxies automatically handle all traffic to and from service, which is what you said. Because they're transparent, these proxies act as highly instrumented out of process network stacks, sending telemetry to and receiving control signals from the control plane, allowing Linkerd to measure and manipulate traffic to and from your service without introducing excessive latency. So in order to be as small, lightweight, and as safe as possible, Linkerd D proxies are written in Rust and specialized for
Oh, that's
Linkerd.
interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Rust is the new Rust is the new Go.
Rust is the new
Rust is
go.
the new Go. All right.
Uh,
Okay. All
all
right.
right, so I think Kevin, you wanted to go over the getting started thing.
Yeah, so the getting started, we'll have a like a demo app, and we can kind of install it and see what's going
Okay.
on.
All right. So we should look at Sub-Zero. So can I do this in Cloud Shell in AWS, or should I be in my command prompt on my local computer for this?
I think you can do this in with Docker desktop in PowerShell. I think,
Okay.
but we'll find out. We'll find out.
Okay, well, see, I think that I have Kubernetes and PowerShell. I can't remember what we used. So
You
it's,
need to open up your Docker desktop.
oh, right. Okay, that makes sense. Come on. See if it's opening somewhere. Oh, oh, there she is. No
That
containers.
takes a while.
Yep. Try running a container.
No, you don't need to do that. I don't think. If you minimize that, do you have the icon at the top? Docker icon.
If I minimize this,
Yeah, and then because on mine the Docker on the bottom there. It's on your. If you look at the icon on the bottom, what's the icon do? Oh, it just shows the container list. It's a little different
well,
than
that's
mine.
just what I minimized. So,
Okay.
so
Uh,
should I do that just to check if it's in here?
yeah, do the kubectl thing and see.
Unable to find image.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's,
Uh, what was it? kubectl dash short. Where'd it go? There it is.
you need version and then dash short.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Client version v1.2.1.5 unable to connect to the server.
Yeah, so you don't have kubectl installed. Do they have the instructions on how to install it?
I do not know.
Or do we have to go through that? Probably not that hard. No, they want to check.
Docker for desktop. Scroll up a little bit on the.
Or this way?
Yep. No, the other way.
This way?
It's up. Yep.
Okay. Oh,
Step
here?
0. Yeah, they're Docker for
Oh,
desktop.
so I want to just click on that just to see. I got that. Already got that.
You have it.
You.
We need to start it somehow. I don't think we've ever started it.
How did
For
you
mine,
start?
it's got well, I'm on a Mac, so mine just has a different thing at the top, and it says Start Kubernetes.
So we
Right.
get a
We definitely,
Kubernetes
like, we had
for
Helm
Windows.
set up. We did some stuff with Helm, but it, like, unfortunately just destroy everything after we.
That's fine. Just search install kubectl on Windows.
Yeah.
We also have a virtual box Ubuntu that we could use, but this is probably better.
So I just do this.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I just did that one.
Yoink.
That's just the binary which he already has.
Mm-hmm.
He needs the
For
Kubernetes, like the Minikube or the Kubernetes cluster, like a Docker.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Kubernetes
let me try that.
cluster.
Install.
Kubernetes on Windows or Minikube.
A Minikube in Windows probably the easiest. Yeah.
Is that this one? Okay.
Yeah.
I run my Kubernetes on EKS.
Yeah, we tried that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
That's
Copy.
the whole server setup.
So we're gonna do
Yeah,
this.
do that in Power. Yeah, you missed one line there.
I think I did. Copy. There's a copy page.
There's also copy. Yeah, there you go.
Is it doing it?
I don't know. Enter.
Okay, or do I have to do the second part too to make it work?
I don't know if it's doing it.
Download the latest release.
Did I miss that? Or if using PowerShell, use this command. Okay.
Yeah, you might have to run PowerShell as an administrator.
That's my problem. Okay, hold on. So I gotta open PowerShell again. Go run as administrator. Yes. Yes, please. I'll repaste that. Add the binary into your path.
Yeah. Did you hit enter after that?
I believe I did. Oh, maybe I didn't. Or this wouldn't be happening. Oh, that's good news.
Minikube.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sirs.
So you guys haven't played around on this show much with Kubernetes yet?
We did a little bit through Helm, right, Scott?
We went through that EKS workshop.
Oh yeah, the EKS tutorial video. Yeah, we did.
And we did Helm and we did Helm.
That was the one with the guy with gray hair and a beard and a bald guy.
Yeah, they looked exactly like us. That was the Inception one.
I call it Nerdception in my mind. Okay, so this is it's still going. Okay, this takes a while apparently.
So to answer your question, Kevin, I just learned about Minikube the other day, like 2 days ago.
Yeah, just got some message about it. It's all very cool.
Yeah, and then you can run Kubernetes on your desktop and
not pay for EKS clusters.
Yeah.
Clusters.
Yeah. I mean,
And the fact that it's working in Windows is good.
Oh,
done.
That worked. And then,
Next.
So I have to add the binary into your path. Do I have to do the second part too here, or?
Yes.
Okay. So here.
Yes, that's a way. Absolutely.
Do this, and then we'll press remember to press enter this time. And what's going to happen? It's doing stuff. Okay, I guess I did it.
Oh, there you go. So now your next line
And then
probably is test minikube start.
Minikube
Yeah.
start.
Yep, minikube start.
Fired up.
Nope. Denied. Min e.
I'll just type it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that long. What?
Well, you might have to reopen your shell because you just added it to your path. So close that shell and open
From
up
a
another
terminal with administrator access, but not logged in as root. Fine. So I'm not, that's root. No.
No idea. Let's try again.
Aha! So I did have
Yeah.
to just exit and come back.
Whenever you add something to your path, your current shell isn't smart enough to live update.
Yep.
So you have to close it and update.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's giving me preloaded images. Pulling
Yeah,
base image.
it's doing a lot of stuff.
123.
No, that's very cool.
Yeah, I think I sent you. What did I send you? I sent you a tutorial about going over it.
Isn't that what I have open? It's on my first tab right up here.
Oh, I think it's the same. It's just a different one.
I thought it was the same one because I clicked on that from the Discord that you sent.
Interesting.
User. Interact with my cluster. So, Kevin, do we need to do any of this stuff, or should we just go back?
Try. I would validate that kubectl is working with that first command.
Okay.
kubectl pod. Somebody was clever and you could type po instead of pod, but I've never done that in my whole life. I always type the third letter. So
try not to save yourself one keystroke.
One keystroke. Yeah, Kubernetes has two-letter abbreviations for all its commands because some of them are longer, but pod is.
But pod
is there.
You're gonna go that extra mile and type a D.
Yeah. Yeah, po.
Po. Saves me so much time, bro.
I'm gonna say it. I need the D. I need the D.
Phrasing.
Oh yeah, for more quality content like that, please
like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Laugh track.
Every dad joke. Laugh track.
Yeah, Kevin, you can't hear the laugh track, but it happens.
Yeah, post.
No. He's got a soundboard. He's adding them as we're going.
Cool. So after everything I say, they'll be cheering.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
And then every time I do it, there's a sad trombone.
That trombone.
Wah, 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 wah.
All of that stuff just happened. You can watch.
Oh, I got a question for you, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Verifying Kubernetes components.
Did you?
Nice.
Do you buy your own laptop, or have you always been provided with a laptop with the Mac?
I have been provided with a work laptop, and
always a Mac. Always a Mac, right?
It's a MacBook Pro 2020, the Intel one though, not the new M1. Which
the M1 one doesn't work for DevOps. Pisses me off, by the way.
The M1X, yeah, it works. I tested it. I tested an M1X a couple months ago to verify that all of the stuff I use for work works on it, and it worked fine.
I guarantee there's one thing that you didn't check that doesn't work. I guarantee. Yeah, there's 100%.
Because I got my wife the MacBook Air M1 the month after it came out, a year and a half ago, or was it 2 years? Yeah. Whatever. And a lot of stuff is been fixed since. Like
It's-
back then, Docker didn't work at all. Everything had to be recompiled or tweaked. And
Yeah.
when I was testing it a couple months ago, it was pretty good. Like I didn't find anything that didn't work. I did find like things that had been fixed only a few months ago, but
Chorusing worked. Next question: kubectl or kubectl?
I call it kubectl.
kubectl. I say it as incorrectly as possible.
Yeah.
To where it's just a sound.
Kubernetes likes to have a lot of terminology, and I don't know CTL. It must be for controller, because
Well, there's system CTL. There's journal CTL. There's cubes. I think it's CTL.
It's probably short form for control. It makes sense. But
yeah, 100%.
Oh, if you want to make people really angry, just say cube control.
Kube control. I think the worst word is irregardless.
That's a real word though in the dictionary. That's a real word, which is annoying, but
it's a challenge. It's a challenge word.
It's a wisdom challenge. It is a word, but you probably shouldn't use it.
I think you can go back to the Linkerd now.
Yes.
So we know it's working. I don't need to do the rest of this. Deploying applications.
Yes,
probably.
You can like poke around with it. It looks like in the Kube system is 4DNF, etc minikube, Kube API server. So Kubernetes is a container orchestration system. So it provides what's called the control plane to orchestrate pods that it runs. And we're going to touch on that a little bit because Linkerd has a control plane and a data plane, and it uses the same terminology as Kubernetes for consistency.
So now
I think your step 0 should work now.
So now if I do if I do this, if I copy and paste this, I should get.
That should work.
It's kind of what it did above it, but I'll just.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoops! I pressed twice.
Nice.
Okay, so install the CLI.
So now we're going to install a Linkerd command line interface.
Okay.
With that first command.
So that's this code
the
here.
CLI.
This CLI. I'm definitely going to call that the CLI or the command line interface.
The CLI.
You should not say CLI.
We should not say CLI. If you want to be gainfully employed, do not say CLI. Got it.
The Cloud brothers who say CLI.
CLI.
But to be fair, we're just joking. Ah!
What's going on here? Oh, you don't have curl probably.
Oh yes.
You need to install curl now.
Oh my.
Or you're just downloading that. What is it? What are you curling?
Sorry, what is the actual error? I can't see it.
The Linkerd DCLI.
Yeah, but what's the error saying though? Back to the error.
Oh,
dang.
Let me scroll up so it's above us here. That's not gonna help, will it?
Copy it into the Discord chat, and I'll look and see what's going on there. I think you don't have curl though.
That is easier said than done. Oh, here it is. Here you go. There.
Object not found.
So,
okay, hang on.
Well.
Oh, it's SH. It's the SH that it doesn't like because you're running on Windows.
Oh yeah, it's piping it to.
Because it's pipe.
Okay,
because it's piping it to SH.
So I get rid of the SH and the thing before it, whatever that's called.
No, you need this to work. I think we're running into Windows. It's not made for DevOps information here. Okay, I think we. Huh?
I'm going to download that. Oh, I see. Yeah, it wants to run a bash script, which is.
Yeah, you're on a bash script.
The bash script does have cases for Cygwin and Ming W, those Windows.
Oh, really? Really? Okay. I'm gonna teach Corey some stuff here then.
Oh, yay.
So
So,
I like learning.
so which CG win or the other one?
Yes.
Ming?
I see Cygwin and the Ming W. I haven't used them in years, so don't ask me any questions about them.
Okay, so in the browser, one of your things, it's type CGWYNN, something like that.
CYG.
Yeah, it was there. It was go back. It was in there.
Oh,
Cygwin.
Yeah, there you go.
Windows 10? Because that's what I'm running Windows 11, but close enough.
Just Windows. But yeah, that's what you want.
Whoa.
You need to install this bad boy.
Old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it from a GNU that news. Install CYGN
Right.
by running this. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
Stop.
Downloads. I'm gonna put it in downloads because that's where I want it.
Well, the reason I was asking Kevin about what's provided is I've had this discussion with Corey before about how just painful stuff is on Windows, but problem is the streaming software
Yeah, the streaming software works better, so
works better, so it's like one of those things.
So the key is that like what I'm going to need to do is get a Mac, and then when doing streaming, I can use the PC because I have this thing here, which is an HDMI capture card. Just come out and I can use
the other
new computer
solution is like just VMware and launch like an Ubuntu.
Yeah, that's what Cloud Shell. That's why I had Cloud Shell up. I think I still do.
Yeah.
But I still
could
have
do,
to install everything.
Yeah, and same with like we have the Windows Linux subsystem on here. We could do this in Ubuntu. Just install it from the internet, Corey. It's fine.
Yep. Just me, but I'm all.
This is like before the Windows Linux subsystem. This is how you used to do Linux on Windows.
I just have to choose a download site. And I presume it doesn't really matter.
I don't think it matters.
What do I put here?
Just next. Oh, just double click or copy. Add.
Probably copy.
Oh, let's add your own. No,
Oh,
let's
okay.
add your own. Just pick one and go next. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, gotcha. This
If you wanted to add your own mirror.
Yeah,
go ahead.
The proprietary software that we have at work. What is going on here? Select cat packages to install all.
Yeah, all. Probably behind me, there's the install button.
Nope, it's all right in the middle. Like Kevin said, this is all old school. This is right in the middle? Right in the middle, right here, right above my head, right there.
How do you ever see it that way?
I don't know. It's right there. Can't you see it? Right here. Better not press cancel.
So we got to do this in Command Shell, right, Kevin? We can't do this in PowerShell. We're gonna have to do this in Bash Shell for the CG.
Well, in Cygwin, which is providing you like
gives you a bash. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay. It either integrates you with Bash or it has its own Bash.
Yeah, and it's also.
This is good stuff. This is good stuff to show actually. How,
absolutely.
Like you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to use Windows. Anybody that picks Windows to do cloud engineer job, I just shake my head. It's dude, like what the hell?
You keep saying that, but you still keep not sending me a new Mac.
Yeah. Son, your birthday's over now. No, it's in July.
I actually started my first cloud job on Windows, and I remained on that system for over 5 days.
Over 5 days. Yeah, there's my anecdote.
I was waiting for my Mac to arrive, but on Windows, I just fired up a Ubuntu VM and did like everything in there.
Well, yeah, this is why did I close it? Let me look.
Ubuntu VM.
Yeah, look.
Right, an Ubuntu VM is kind of like ideal because that's like most like if you're gonna spin up a server in the cloud, there's a pretty good chance it's gonna be Ubuntu
Yeah, like
or like Amazon AMIs,
this.
Amazon.
Sorry, yeah, the Cloud Shell right here. Like that's why I opened it because this is Ubuntu. It's just AWS is smart enough to say if we're just going to make the Cloud Shell Ubuntu.
It's a quality operating system.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So I think you got a new icon, CG Win, on the bottom there in your start.
Where do you see it? Here? Well, I don't see where you see
The
it.
third one.
One, two,
Well, I
three.
thought.
That's widgets.
Yeah, I don't know what. Okay, just search for CG Win in your start bar, or whatever they call it these days.
Oh, it says CY. Oh, the CY
Yeah, yeah.
terminal app. I got you.
Terminal. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking.
Oh, that looks better. Copying skeleton
Yeah,
pods.
that looks more like a.
So I
That
close
looks
Cloud
more
Shell.
like Ubuntu.
Um,
So just copy the Linkerd command into there, and then that should work to install.
So with the SH and everything.
Yeah, should work.
Theoretically.
There's also a Docker image with Linkerd in it, but just install. Let's keep going this way.
Should I? Oh, I got to do this first, though, right?
Validate.
Just make sure it's there.
Yeah.
I see. What? It doesn't let me copy paste things. How dare you?
That is the Windows way.
Wow.
That's
wow. Okay.
Better to learn the things anyway.
Yeah, this is just like
CDL version.
Okay, that's there. That's nice. Dash proto. Lucky me. I took touch typing and I failed miserably. Dash TLSV 1.2 S capital S F L HTTPS //run dot link LINKER linkerd.io.
Now, is it pronounced Linkerd or Linkerd?
You keep saying Linkerd, so I'm
yeah.
gonna
I would say
defer.
I would say Linkerd.
I don't think I've watched any of their like videos or like I've never heard a Linkerd person say it.
You know what it is? The K is silent.
Yeah, I have heard people say Linkerd. I have heard people say Linkerd.
Linkerd. I think right click might be your copy on your CG Win. I think you just might be a right click for some reason.
Ah, yes. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this. See if I can get it. You're right, of course. Ooh, now we're getting somewhere.
There we go.
Now we're cooking.
Successes. Now we're bashing.
Now we're bashing. It's the real
Check
bash.
some valid.
This checks out. Okay. So
Como what?
Yes, sir. Okay, so we've done that. And now we're gonna do the Linkerd version.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
What?
It does say something there about adding Linkerd to your path above the Linkerd version.
Oh, it does.
Because it puts it in your like home.linkerd2/bin.
Oh, you should.
Where is it?
It's a little bit funny, or it doesn't say that. You should see the CL.
Oh yeah,
version and also
before you. Oh yeah. Wait. I see what he says. Be sure to follow the instructions to add it to your path. But where are the instructions to add it to your path?
Oh, that's interesting because I was looking at the Linkerd 2.9 instructions in there. They're there. It's just export, but it looks like it got taken out of the latest version. That could be like a typo. after this, somebody can make a Git pull request for their documentation.
Okay, so what
Somebody snip.
Why don't,
what is the
what,
fix?
why don't you check? Oh, wait, there, it's in your, look at what it says in the output. I gotta read the output, guys.
Oh, did they just put it in the?
Look at the output in the shell.
Yeah, it's telling you there.
Yeah, look in the output at the shell. Up, up,
Hey, that's
Up.
I.
Oh,
up,
uh,
up. Add the linker CLI path with, not the shell,
oh, here.
the output of the shell.
You're talking about
Yes,
here?
yes, not the browser. Yes, the shell.
export path.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
No, that should be all you need.
So,
There should be a whole Cloud Brothers show on just the path. Like
oh yeah.
The path.
the path is
But
it's something you can spend like a couple days learning, and then it's so foundational that you
forget it. In seconds.
you know, like it's I've worked with engineers who like never really understood the path, or just like I manipulate it here, I do it there, I don't really know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Does the right click work on there, Corey, or no? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things
that's-
where you sit down and you're like, well, the path is like it's not that complicated, but to like understand what it is, what it's doing, is foundational.
Yeah, there you go.
So
You don't need the Linkerd version. You don't need the first part of that.
So I just have to. I'll get rid of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Control C. Start again.
Fine.
Or, yeah, Control C. Yeah, paste there. Clear. I think. Yeah. CLS is Windows. This is sudo Linux.
Okay. I did not do that.
It's a bunch of garble.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And now
I run the up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow.
Which one was it? It was we did that already.
That one, yeah. Run that one. No, do that one. You need that command back. You need that path back.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm looking for because I lost it. Is it?
You need to run it. You need to run the command.
Right there.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
So
now go backspace.
I just need this one.
Just back.
Let's get that one.
Okay, there.
Click it.
That's the one I need. So
yeah. What I would actually do is backspace and delete. Backspace. No, backspace. Delete. Enter.
Woo!
All right.
All right, that's fun.
So try Linkerd version.
Yeah, Linkerd version. Yeah. You might have to.
Oh, and close your terminal and reopen it because it's exported it directly, and he hasn't.
Yeah, try it. Yeah, try it.
Yay!
Yeah.
Now it should say that.
It.
It said it should say that. I think. Where did it say? Validate your Kubernetes cluster, Linkerd version. It should say server version unavailable. So it's doing exactly what we want it to do. Yay!
Hey.
I have something for this. Yeah. All
Montage.
Okay. So I've done that. Validate
Next one.
your Kubernetes cluster. Linkerd, check dash pre.
Check.
I think it's more fun to say Linkerd than it is to say Linkerd or Linkerd or.
I say Linkerd because of systemd. That's why. That's why I say Linkerd.
Oh, nice. So Kubernetes API, it's doing all this fun stuff.
Yep.
Wow. Cool.
That's happening. So Linkerd check. So Linkerd comes in 3 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
The Linkerd command line, which you have installed.
Yeah.
And that actually doesn't like run your Linkerd. It'll manage your Linkerd. It'll install Linkerd into a Kubernetes cluster, or check that Linkerd is runnable, and does extra stuff. And then we're going to install Linkerd, which consists of a control plane, which will be some pods that get deployed into Kubernetes that like orchestrate Linkerd so that when things are being meshed together, it knows what's up and it does all its magic. And that's what I think of Linkerd is. Linkerd control plane which is the pods that run in Kubernetes.
Mm.
Finally, there's the Linkerd data plane, which is your application pods that participate in the service mesh. And those are the three parts of Linkerd.
Nice. Okay.
So first is to install it.
So we're
Right.
doing this.
Yes, Linkerd install.
Okay, so let's see if I can manage to copy and then go over here, select it first. Yay!
And so this Linkerd CLI is just going to modify your Kubernetes cluster to deploy the control plane.
Fair.
But as you guys played with Helm charts in the past, like at my work, we install Linkerd using a Helm chart.
Yep.
Interesting.
A better way to manage your Linkerd when you have a more complex setup. But this is an easy way to get started.
Yeah, that's great. The Linkerd install command generates Kubernetes manifests. That's everything you just said. The CLI based install, blah blah blah, quick and easy. Oh, okay.
The Helm charts.
There's
that's
other
what you
ways.
said
That's
too.
what you just said. Okay,
Helm charts.
and then we're gonna look at a Linkerd check. Yeah.
We did. I think ours. What the hell is Helm? I think is what we called that one.
Yep. And then
What the hell is
HIFA. Helm is freaking awesome.
HIFA.
HIFA. HIFA.
Helm is
Ooh.
freaking awesome.
I like how it spins.
Yeah,
It's good animation. Noise.
I'm glad this worked on Windows. Kind of.
Got the Sigwin in there.
I wouldn't have remembered Sigawin. Although I know Sigawin, I wouldn't have remembered it. It wouldn't have popped into my head.
Two senior DevOps guy and an aspiring nerd can't figure this out, then that wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
All
right. So demo app.
All right. So we're doing.
Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations!
Before we install the demo app, if you run kubectl get pod -A.
Like that?
Yeah. Hit that. Make that a little bigger.
Oh yeah, make that bigger. Make it bigger.
Make it bigger.
Bigger.
Can I do that?
Get your chips.
Will it expand?
Hit your chips.
Can I do that?
I think just maximize the window.
Whoa. Where'd it go? There it is.
Bottom.
Boom.
Yeah,
Now we've lost
oh,
it.
not too. Now it's too
Now
maximized.
we've lost it.
Mhm.
Just let me.
Okay.
Oh, can I do the thing? Yep.
Yeah, the thing will work. It's
No.
Windows 11 magic. This is actually the only thing I like about Windows 11. And I've only seen it on Corey's computer.
Okay, it's about. Can you see that?
That's good.
That's good. So what that command has done is it's installed. So Kubernetes, you can have a lot of pods installed into Kubernetes. So the first thing it does is it gives you namespaces so that you can, if you're putting in a whole bunch of stuff that belongs together, they can kind of go in their own place. So you can apply things to the namespace, just a way to organize your pods. So it's made a namespace called Linkerd, and it's installed the Linkerd destination, the Linkerd identity, and the Linkerd proxy injector. And these three pods work together to form the Linkerd control plane, and they'll just make Linkerd do its thing.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's see where all that is happening.
Now you can install the example application.
Demo.
Huh?
Demo.
Okay, you ready for
The
the
bottom part. Demo. Scott's ready for the demo.
All right, where was it? We did all this.
The demo
Yeah.
app at the bottom.
Oh, this is it here, right?
Number 4, yeah.
Copy. Now we're on number 4. Scott loves demos.
Love the demo.
Love the demo.
All right. Ah, so cool. Voting, web, emoji,
All right.
Base emoji voto.
vote bot.
This command installs the emoji photo onto your
And-
cluster.
You can see it's made some deployments. There's emoji,
says,
VoteBot, voting, and web. So this example application is split into 4 microservices
Mm-hmm.
that will be talking to each other using Linkerd.
Okay.
but it's not meshed yet because it says before we mesh it, let's get it in its
So the
natural
service
state.
has not been meshed.
We're not
Gotcha.
mesh it yet.
My
So now we're going to
goodness.
look at it non-meshed.
Port 80.
So just put that in.
A normal
Copy
microservice
that.
running without the benefit of the service mesh.
Alrighty. Okay, so we'll go here.
Yeah.
My worlds collide.
And now just open up. You see, just click on that link. It says now visit localhost 8080. Click on that link. And right below the command, you just copy out there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Click it, click it, click it.
Oh, I gotta
There you
choose.
go.
I gotta choose an emoji. I'm gonna choose a monkey.
Yeah. Choose go back, pick another one.
Yep. Oh,
Choose the donut. Choose the donut.
the donut. Okay. Ah,
It's broken.
Oh man, but it says it's broken. It says it's supposed to
voting
be that
for
way.
a
Don't worry about
donut
it.
always returns an error. Pick
Yeah.
another. Okay, so I'll pick Santa,
There you go.
and I'll be the leader.
And it's what I like about this one, actually, oddly enough, is that weird background that it does the gradient things. Very
Like the gradient texture back here.
yeah, that's just changing constantly. It's cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's the without the meshed part. So now go back to the
Okay, so voila, you should see emoji Voto in all its glory. You might notice one is broken because of the donut. Oh, so you're not psychic, you just read. Gotcha.
Yeah, I read the docs.
The docs, they're showing you an important point where they use Linkerd. So they've made the app broken on purpose so that they can show you how you can use Linkerd to debug a application that
Okay.
is split into microservices and when they're not talking to each other correctly.
Mhm.
And again, that's something you can solve without a service mesh. A service mesh just makes it easier to be like, why aren't my services talking to each other?
Okay.
Or what is breaking down when they try and communicate?
Okay.
So, Kevin, a question for you here. Now, for this next command, should he close the thing down or open up another window of the CGWin and run it in another window?
Oh, I think he can run it in the same one. What's he going to do? Get emoji deploy dash o linker. Oh yeah, he's just going to run linkerd inject. So he's going to copy that whole command. If you look at that command piece by piece, it's going to get the emoji Voto deployment YAML. It's going to inject Linkerd YAML into that, and it's going to apply it to the Kubernetes cluster. So
the dash F of force. So that dash F of.
But you can run any kind of pod and deployment in Kubernetes, and by default, it's not going to participate in the service mesh. It's just going to ignore it. And the way Linkerd works in Kubernetes is that you're going to modify it modifies the deployment so that when the pod starts up, it's first going to run called an init container, and the init container is going to modify the YAML for the deployment so that it gets deployed with the Linkerd proxy sidecar container, and it's going to modify the networking so that all traffic goes through.
Okay, so if when I'm looking over here in CYGWin, will this keep saying handling connection for 8080 forever if I leave this window open? I'm just wondering why that's happening. Or
You're running a web server.
Yeah, you can hit Control C. That'll just stop.
Just press Enter, or if I exit, it'll do it automatically.
No.
Control C.
Control C probably, right?
Control C, the Windows version, which might actually just be Control C.
Yeah, it got me up. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll close this for now, and then I will paste that. Or wait, I did it again. Oh, that's so funny. Okay,
Yeah, there's fun.
that's okay. Well, it's irritating, but I should have learned by now. Okay, here we go.
Oh, quick.
So all of the deployments have had Linkerd injected into them, which will just add a Linkerd init container that runs before any of the containers in the pod run to set up
Okay.
and make those deployments. Now, what's next?
Okay.
Runs through
How much? Yeah, how
Linkerd
much
D.
is left here? Because we're close to time, I think.
Yeah, it's not bad. So we're here. So congratulations,
I think
you've now added Linkerd
think
to
you
the
skipped.
application, and of course you can check your data plane. Should I do that or?
I think you skipped one.
Did we skip one? We should be able to run the app now.
Oh no, you didn't skip one. You didn't skip one. Sorry.
You
Okay.
want to go back to the kubectl emoji photo port forward command.
So I can just do this. I can skip this part then, like this part here.
Yeah. You want to run the previous command.
I did. I think didn't I?
Open the app and see
No.
that it's working correctly.
Oh, you mean like
Okay.
the one that's two up? Oops, sorry.
Yeah, that's two.
Yeah.
That one.
That one.
Yeah, that's
Right.
So that's
yeah,
running
that's
my web
running
server.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's pushing stuff from 80 to 80 to port 80.
So now I'll just open this in a new tab so I don't lose this. It should give me emoji vote.
And you click on the donut.
That fix my donut? Nope.
It's still not working. Wait a second.
No, I think it's a different step. I don't think it does say talking. It does say fix it in a further step, but I don't think this fixes it. And you need to run that proxy command before you run the Linkerd emoji v check -- proxy.
Okay, yeah, well let's do that. Let's do that. Control C.
Command C and then do the last one.
It's this one here, I think.
That one.
That's what I was
Yeah,
asking about.
that one, yeah.
Whoops. I gotta do that again. Copy.
Copy.
Paste.
Paste.
Hold on. I did it again. I gotta keep my fingers off the keyboard, which is a really weird thing to do. All right.
A lot of green check marks.
I like
green check marks. And I think you're gonna have to run it again.
Oh yeah,
now.
yeah. There's not gonna be anything.
It's gonna
there's no server.
Gonna time out. Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
So now run the two things again.
Where to go?
And I think you passed it already.
Oh, that's it right there, right?
There it is.
Yeah. Port forwarding. Okay. We'll do this.
And I don't think that
emoji
donut
vote.
thing. I don't think that donut thing is actually fixed yet. I think it's fixed in a different tutorial somewhere. But it works. I actually tested this out a little bit.
It's just
and if you look
broken. It says always.
It's always broken. Yeah.
Okay, so
I was broken until.
For now, Explorer.
Right. Yeah, Explorer.
Okay, so Explorer Linkerd. We've added Linkerd emoji photo, but there are no visible changes to the application. Okay, so we know that donut is unchanged by the code that's above here. I'm just going to Control C this. Oops. The viz from this guy, we will need one of the viz extension, which will install non-cluster metric stack, or the buoyant cloud extension, which will connect to a hosted metric stack. You can install either or both extensions to install viz. That one.
So just to save a little bit of time, get rid of the. Oh, it might work for you actually. Never mind. Worked for him. Shh.
So Linkerd Viz is a visualization dashboard, and it's actually going to run inside Kubernetes. Okay. There'll be another namespace called Linkerd Viz, and it's going to be running like 6 pods in it to enable you to visualize everything that your mesh is doing, which is super cool.
Yeah, I could do both, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
And then Linkerd check. Linkerd check.
Green check marks. I wish I saw this many green check marks this fast every day.
Right?
I should make a script that's just green check mark, no matter what.
That's like that guy I was talking about who got paid. That was just a TikTok story. I don't know if that's true.
Who was the other? There was
doesn't seem true.
some guy. Who was the guy? The guy that was like he got hired for a job, but he, instead of doing the job, he just subcontracted out to everybody. But he was getting paid, and they found out, and then he got fired. And I'm like, why you fire that guy? Like, kidding me? If he can figure out how to make money by that's the promotion.
That's a
And
promotion.
make that guy the CEO.
Oh, I
Oh,
think
nice.
I will allow access. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then
Linkerd Viz
And then
dashboard.
this is the money. The money.
This is-
here we go. What?
No, it's good. Did it. Next
Good
one.
deal.
Next
Oh,
one.
here we
Boom.
go. Here we go.
Yes.
Woo!
Woo! So this is a dashboard. It's actually got like a bunch of stuff on the left, but there's actually not that many metrics that you're kind of looking at when you're running a service mesh. It's mostly those HTTP metrics where it shows emoji voto, and you can see
Oh, yeah.
which percent are succeeding, which ones are failing, how many requests per second it's doing, and the latency to see how fast the application is responding. And you can also see the Linkerd control plane that we talked about is in there, and Linkerd Viz, the extension
Yeah, that's right.
to show you what's going on, is also showing you itself,
Dark.
like a heating its tail.
Yeah, that's ever awesome. That's really cool.
Was that the
Oh,
last
and
command?
TCP metric.
Was there one more command?
Let me look. I should see. That's
That was the
it.
last one.
Congratulations!
That's
You have joined the lofty ranks of Linkerd users. Well, thanks for guiding us through this, Kevin. This is really cool. This is really neat. And it gives
Yeah.
me something to play with.
Yeah, you got lots of new information there.
Oh.
BDCube, CGI
My
win.
brain. There's lots of
Yeah,
dashboard.
service mesh.
It's not that complicated to, like, if you understand how the Linkerd service mesh works, then you'd go from like a beginner's Kubernetes to like intermediate, in that it's taking advantage of like some of like how container orchestration works to do some tricks to, like, it's not that complicated. But then you're like, this is why people use Kubernetes and not just Docker.
That's why it's so popular, and I can see
the
it.
Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm is Docker Swarm is, I don't know if that's a competitor or not.
Swarm.
I think I'm a little late to the Kubernetes show.
Well, it's okay.
That's okay.
I think it's still popular, but
I think it's going to be popular for a while.
Yeah, it's the most popular, and you want to know something crazy? The craziest thing, we managed to do that in exactly 1 hour. So
nice. Oh, with all right,
and with the SIG win on top.
Yeah.
And on Windows.
Yeah, sorry guys. I shall grow more embarrassed over time when I look back on these old Cloud Brothers videos and go, what was I even doing? It was worth it just to buy a new computer just for that. All right. Well, thanks for being our special guest, Kevin. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Having me on. It's fun.
Here. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. We got 2 real pros and me. All right. Okay. Have a good one. Peace out. Bye.